It all started with this, and it slowly evolved to this. Now, how could all of this, which makes applications do this, could be as easy as this? And if it's this simple, why isn't everybody using it? There were only static websites when the internet first started. In order to create a new page, you had to go into your website directory on your server, create a new HTML file, name it, and then hardcode the content, which is hard, boring, and repetitive after a while. Then, dynamic websites emerged. They dynamically generated the static content by asking a database on a server for information. Then the web turned interactive, from being a boring read-only place. However, this created dependence on databases to generate content, which made websites slower, more expensive and complex to build and maintain, and more unreliable. As the demand grew for software and automation in various industries, combined with the increasing availability of user-friendly visual programming interfaces, no-code emerged. The concept of visual programming has been around for decades, but it wasn't until early 2000s that the term no-code started to be widely used to describe platforms that allow users to create applications and automations without writing code. One of the first examples of visual programming was the logo programming language, which was developed in the late 1960s and early 1970s. It was a visual programming language based on turtle graphics, which allowed users to control a turtle on the screen to draw shapes and lines. Another early example of visual programming is HyperCard, which was released by Apple in 1987. HyperCard was a software development tool that allowed users to create interactive applications using a visual, card-based interface. HyperCard was widely used in the late 1980s and early 1990s to create interactive presentations, educational software, and simple games. As more and more businesses started to recognize the benefits of software and automation, the demands for software development increased. However, not all businesses had the resources or expertise to develop software in-house. No-code platforms emerged as a solution to this problem, providing a way for non-technical users to create functional applications and automations with minimal training. The term no-code has come to refer to a new generation of platforms that allow users to create applications and automations without writing code. These platforms typically use drag-and-drop interfaces, pre-built templates, and visual programming languages, making it easy for non-technical users to create functional software. Now, why use no-code? Let's use an example, vEvent. It's an events platform that suggests events to people based on their interests. Deploying it took 8 people and 12 months of coding, not to mention the money spent, and it failed. The same thing could have been done in a no-code application easily and tested in a way shorter time. But for how long? Let's look at these topics for code versus no-code to understand better. First topic, efficiency. Coding a red button that displays a text with a no-code platform, as can be seen here, is way simpler than writing its code. No-code wins. Second topic, learning curve. A quick search to decide between how long it takes to learn to code an Instagram clone between a no-code app and traditional code. Here are the results. It's definitely clear that no-code is super simpler. No-code wins. Development costs. If you don't know development, here's the cost of a freelance web developer. And here is the cost of a WordPress website development. No-code wins. Scalability. For no-code, it's definitely depending on the platform's limits. But with traditional code, it can be scalable as much as you want. Traditional code wins. Flexibility. There are no limitations in coding. In no-code, all the platforms have their own limits. For example, you wouldn't be able to develop something beyond what extensions provide in Bubble, or you wouldn't be able to integrate custom APIs in WordPress, or change the color of the button in Glide. Traditional coding wins. Platform independence and accessibility. Imagine you're creating an MRP for your factory. You'd have to write the code for backend, then create an API, and then write the front end. You'd have to learn about how to publish something to the internet and how to securely store it. Or you could just use a no-code app and just do this. No-code environments provide access to different aspects of coding such as backend, frontend, and APIs to users without having them to know them in depth. No-code wins. Security. For no-code, it's again limited to the platform's base, but for traditional code, you can take it as extreme measures as you want. So, it could be said that both traditional coding and no-code have their own strengths, and the one to choose definitely depends on the project. Now, one might think no-code is only for basic front-end projects with minimal data access. Well, no, because here's an app for dashboards, API data connectors and automation, visual editors, spreadsheets, mobile app builder, website builder, app builder, voice app, forms, billing and marketing tools, and here's a program for backend coding. Also, remember the MRP we talked about? Here's an example of that MRP with no code. Now, let's sum it up. No code isn't only for beginners. It's for projects that don't need complex and highly customized structures. It's not for building high-tech products. It's for initializing them. Via combining no code with traditional coding, a developer can achieve everything they want in a more simple fashion. No code democratizes the coding environment, making development accessible for everyone. A front-end developer can no-code their backend, a backend developer can no-code their front-end, and a non-developer can no-code their way into their first product. This doesn't mean everything is achievable with no-code, and this is because of the limitations of the platforms. For example, you wouldn't be able to create a custom operating system, a real-time multiplayer game, a 3D modeling and animation software, a complex financial trading algorithm, a video editing software, a custom browser, a virtual reality or simulation software, an AI-trained chatbot that replies according to your company's values with no code. Or could you?